Good job on that shit. I'm trying to get you guys up on the big screen up in here, man. Get some fucking playback, I'm sure. Now they want to put ads on BC's fucking vids, right? Now that I got the fucking headphones in, now they're gonna fucking blast the eardrum. Yeah, there it is. What is it, Ford? Fuck out of here. What do we got here? All right, we got you on the live. Big screen. Oh, man. Oh. All right. We're going to do this a little different because I'm really going to try not to blow my gasket in the cold open like I usually do, where we have a 40-minute cold open. We don't even get to the show and we've already gotten amplified to the point we have scared off 200 motherfucking subscribers. They run away. Like, damn, I thought this dude was a good dude. I thought he was nice. Thought I could have a coffee with this guy. This guy's a fucking nut. So, what I'm gonna try to do is a little differently. You see, I went to bed last night around maybe 3 a.m. I got up around maybe 4:15 a.m. A good hour, 15 minutes of sleep. Got up, got the day in order, right? I had to take care of X, Y, and Z, and then I get to come back. I got a 2-hour window to do this live stream, and then fill out the rest of the day. So I did all of that around 4:15, 4:30, right? And one of the things I did, man, I started putting my words down in the notes for my cold open, right? Just some bullet points that I want to remember. But what happened when I was done with the full page is I said, well, I want to say this word for word, bro. I don't want this as fucking bullet points. I want to do this like a fucking WWE script. Let's just go word for word. But in this case, unlike WWE, every fucking word is scathing truth as it pertains to last night's show. So, if you guys don't mind, may I? It's all fucking handwritten at 4:30 a.m. Literally, handwritten, 4:30 a.m. I'm writing this cold open, man. And usually I don't do something like that. Usually it's just a couple of topics I want to go over, and then I just ad-lib, man. We just rock out. But I wrote a whole fucking page. Now, I hope that you'll adhere, sit back, kick back, relax, and let me say this page in my cold open. I appreciate that, man. Let me start from the fucking top. BC, take one. This is what I wrote at 4:30 a.m. You ready? If you would have told BC in 2022, 53 days away from WrestleMania, that big-time Bex and Lita would be carrying the red brand into Mania season, BC would have said, son, you may want to go get checked out for stupiditis. It's highly contagious and it seems most people have it these days. I did actually write that. Stupiditis and everything. It's 4:30. I'm pretty fucking creative. But lo and behold, as it turns out, it's not a case of stupiditis. No, it's the real deal Holyfield. The best segment to come out of that 3-hour diarrhea-filled diaper of a show was Becky and Lita. Lita in her first one-on-one match feud since the Stone Age, and she's crushing it. Becky has been crushing it on the mic. Enough with this Becky is boring bullshit just for one night, please. Even BC is not a big Becky Lynch fan. I fully admit that. I always have. Not a Becky Lynch fan. And I too couldn't give a flying fuck about what she was doing for the past several years. But last night, she was good. So can we chill on Becky for a fucking night if she's good? Because she was good. She was the best part of the fucking show with Lita. That's not even open for debate. That's not even depicting what you liked and didn't like on the show. She was part of the best segment. So enough with the Becky Lynch hate for just a night. Please, thank you. That promo was the best part of the show. And to say or think otherwise would just be asinine and idiotic. It's what you need in a professional wrestling feud. Believability, realism, animosity, conflict. You take away that segment, and what are we left with to get us excited for the future, for the chamber, for Mania? It's a rhetorical question. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The Quiz Bowl? You took away Becky and Lita, and we're left with what? The Quiz Bowl? RKBro and Alpha Academy. In a Quiz Bowl, doing trivia, is that what you're telling BC was better than Becky and Lita? You may have giggled like the first time you realized that that thing hanging over your balls actually gets hard. This is awesome! And you giggle and you fucking clap. And you look at your best buddy and you're like, this RK-Bro is hilarious. I want to see more of this. And you better be fucking careful because Stephanie just said on the last conference call, Stephanie McMahon said, we saw the response when we did the partnership with Pizza Hut. Remember, the Street Profits are chucking pizzas. Everybody's wrestling around pizza. They all just want to get a piece of pizza. And they said, the crowd started chanting, we want pizza. And now because of that, WWE went around their boardroom table meeting and they said, we gotta do more of this. So if you end up getting a fucking taco on a pole match, you can thank the dipshits that go to these shows like trained fucking demented seals and clap at everything and say that everything is fucking awesome when it's just not. The next time you see a fucking pizza party match for RK-Bro, you can blame the dipshits that go to these shows and they just chant random motherfucking shit. This trivia was absolutely a pathetic asterisk on the name of pro wrestling. Did you have a laugh? Did you giggle? Was it entertaining for you? Awesome. Spelling bees, scooter races, trivia. Next week, an RK-Broga, a toga party, a costume, RK-Broga toga yoga party, whatever fuck it's supposed to be. Maybe they're inviting John Morrison. Maybe it is a yoga party. I don't even know what they're fucking doing. At least the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits were playing actual fucking sports for the most part. Spelling bees, scooter races, trivia, costume parties next week. Does this sound familiar? It should. Because this is a children's party. This is not professional wrestling. This is a children's birthday party. Scooter races? Spelling bees, trivia, costume party? That's not pro wrestling. That is a children's party. We used to joke and say this is booked for kids. It's below that now. This is all the shit that you would see literally if you were to go to a fucking your nephew's party or one of your best friends just had a fucking kid. Maybe they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what you would see at a party. Childish games because this is booked for 7-year-olds. But grown adults are showing up going, this is awesome, and wearing RK-Bro shirts or Randy. And you say, well, BC, what's the problem? If they just like it and get a laugh because it's ruining professional wrestling. How many times do I fucking have to say this? It is ruining professional wrestling. At a time where we need to put the fucking jokes on the shelf because the ratings are no joke. They're literally going down by a landslide by the fucking month. At a time where fans are getting driven away in droves. You want to continue with Dewdrop dancing to the ring? Even as a heel, she starts off fucking dancing to the ring. You want to do fucking Reggie and Dana Brooke in a love connection while they're being chased around by R-Truth, Tamina, and Ninja Tozawa, and who knows what costume they're going to be in next. You're going to bring back water gun fights with The Miz, or you're going to dress him up like a bunny? You're gonna have another scooter race? You're gonna play fucking Yahtzee. You're gonna play a game of Monopoly at this point. When do we put the jokes aside and start getting back to the basics of professional wrestling? The feuds that mean something, they matter to us, the storylines that captivate us because larger than life characters are in that shit. What happened to that, man? These days you only get a championship, it seems, if you just walk to the ring, call somebody out, say I want a title. Or two, you win a stupid tournament or a schmaz match, a multi-person schmaz match. Or three, you beat the actual champion in what is known as a number one contenders match. But no longer do we build actual stories with feuds. So did you get a laugh? When you say, don't worry guys, it was funny at least. Did you fucking laugh? Because BC didn't laugh. At that quiz trivia show last night, BC didn't laugh. And that's the difference between us. You don't mind Clown Show Randy. I want back Legend Killer Orton. You don't mind people like Dancing Dewdrop and Nikki Ashes. Stand back, there's an ash coming through. Or BC prefers China. There's a difference in the goofiness level that I'm willing to go to. I'm not willing to drop my bar for this fucking horse shit. When Randy Orton is spending 2 years of his career toward the tail end of his career, and he's spending it like this because we're getting a laugh and we get to do some fucking high jokes. He's not the only one that does baking. It's funny, get it? Because he smokes. I feel like I'm losing fucking brain cells listening to this shit. I don't remember Matt Riddle being this annoying in NXT. I knew he was. But damn, this is an extra level of annoying because he's just playing just sheer stupidity. And like I say on the channel, man, there's no stupid people allowed, man. I can't deal with stupidity. That's why I have that rule. I can't deal with it. Like literally, I start getting frustrated. I start getting irritated. I start getting amped with stupidity. Matt Riddle has gotten to the point for BC, I have to mute the fucking TV. It's that bad, man. And I like Matt Riddle, or at least I once did. I wanted to see the world for this guy. But this dude's stupidity character, and a lot of that is his real life self, bro, I can't even... I can't touch that anymore. I don't know what you want me to do, man. I know I'm supposed to review this shit, and I'll be fair and consistent and amplified. But this RKBro shit is giving me fucking... I seriously want to put my dome piece to a brick wall every time they come on my TV. I am so done with RKBro. I am done. None of it makes me laugh. None of it makes me go, oh, I can't wait to see the culminating moment when Randy turns on Riddle. Because it far surpasses that now. The damage is real for Randy Orton. Good luck ever getting somebody like BC to come back on board with a Legend Killer or a Viper gimmick. Good job trying to get BC back on board with that shit. The damage is real when it comes to Orton. And that wasn't it. Did you guys enjoy Liv Morgan's momentum getting literally squashed last night? Oh, we're gonna talk about it. Did you guys enjoy Damian Priest, a champion, flat on his back looking up at the lights in a non-title match? Losing a non-title match after the first several months of his main roster career being booked pretty fucking good. Not even for the title and the champion's just losing, but we're supposed to take stock that he's a winner? Oh, how about not one, but two fruity roll-up finishes? Yeah. Becky and Lita were a breath of fresh air last night. Now, if you have a narrative or an agenda and you just don't like Becky or you just don't want to see Lita come back, then you'll find a way to say that that segment was trash too. But in 3 hours, it was the best segment of the night. Trust me, and I'm about to prove it. I'm about to go over the final 2 hours of this 3-hour shitfest. If you're wondering where the first hour review is, unfortunately, BC did a live stream last night. A live reaction of hour number 1 because I thought there'd be something good on it, and boy, was I wrong. For everybody that tuned in to that hour 1 live reaction last night, much love and respect. Thank you. I hope I at least entertained you because that show was fucking pathetic to another level I didn't even think was possible. That's the fucking real deal. Anyway, most of that I actually wrote down for the cold open. How's that, huh? 4:30 in the morning. And that's what I fucking did for my unit, man. Because these thoughts just flowed out, man. I got an hour of fucking sleep. I spent a few hours on other endeavors. And when I came back to do this cold open bullet points, I said, no, I'm just gonna flow, bro. I'm just gonna flow because this company is such peril going into WrestleMania season. And do you realize that Lita and Becky Lynch is carrying the weight of the Raw brand, the red brand, going into Mania season? And that's not even a Mania match, it's Elimination Chamber. And right now, coming out of last night, the only feud that I can remember is Lita and Becky Lynch. They revolved the show around RKBro in this stupid, goofy tag team. And next week, we're gonna have a toga party, a costume toga party. This is a fucking children's birthday party. And if you honestly love this shit, or you're liking this shit, or you're enjoying this shit, then I don't know how you like BC Amplified's channel. I really don't. Glad to have you, I think. But we're on 2 different wavelengths with what it takes to get WWE back on track. That the mission statement of this channel is to make this company fucking better, man. To make pro wrestling better because it's been in the shitter for the better part of 10 years. We can't make it better if we're sitting back and giggling over this, because what did I tell you guys? And I was right again. Shocker. I said, they are listening. They're not as stupid as we give them fucking credit for. They're actually listening to us. They just want to fucking fuck with us or poke at us. They want to fucking mock us like the Sasha Banks Charlotte title match being made, and then all of a sudden Ronda comes out, right? They knew we wanted to see Sasha get the belt at Mania. So they mock us a little bit. They troll us a little bit. It's what Vince does in the cronies. But they're listening, and I proved it yet again because Stephanie at that conference call just recently, just this past week, said that we heard them chant, "We want pizza," during that Pizza Hut relationship, and they had all the pizzas around the ring. So now she said we're going to integrate more of that type of stuff going forward. I told you, if you show up to this shit, or you go on your little fucking social media with 140 characters and you talk about how great the toga party is, how much you love the spelling bees, and the trivia quizzes, and the scooter races, and the Monopoly session. When you do that, you're gonna get more. Vince heard the reaction of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle from day one, from all the fucking goofball, demented fucking cemented fucking seals in place in their fucking chair, ready for the whole show to clap and say, "This is awesome." He heard that. He said, "Oh, successful, yeah. Yeah, now I'm gonna drive it into the ground, yeah. Rita, come here, you're gonna be hooked up with Nikki Ash. She's gonna play your little stepdaughter. And you're gonna be her mommy she never had." Same thing with Riddle, right? And Randy's the daddy he never had. Or the daddy that ran away when he went to get milk. That was Matt Riddle's story, remember? I'm not making this up. That was Matt Riddle's story. So you just get the same variation. They're just trying to recreate like a Kane, Daniel Bryan, a Team Hell No, where you just get 2 totally opposite motherfuckers, you throw them together, and people are gonna go, "Wow, this is funny." But in 2022, when the company is in the shitter and pro wrestling is on life support, this shit is no longer acceptable. It is unacceptable. You're going into Mania season. You have people like Goldberg, people like Ronda Rousey, people like Brock Lesnar, and the way you're setting these matches up toward Mania is absolute cringe bullshit. Get your shit together, Vince. Because people like BC are not just going to stop watching just so you have one less voice to be heard in the community. I'm going to speak even fucking louder. We're going to get more amped. Thank you. Thank you. That's my cold open. Before we get on with the fucking show, by the way. I know. I saw some of you motherfuckers, my tried and trues, but to another level, we got some supers. That's right, let me get you on the big screen here, man. Ashley Steggles, what up, dog? Ashley Steggles was the first one, man. A few hours ago, man. BC was still out on the road trying to get his first coffee. Or his fucking third coffee. My first one was about 4:30. Ashley Steggles says, BC, what in JBL's name? What was that shit show last night? We're used to it being bad, Ashley. This was to a whole nother fucking degree because they revolved it around trivia and a goofy, nonsensical, thrown together tag team that everybody's getting their rocks off lately, and BC's the only. I feel like I'm on an island of my own. I feel like I'm just not understanding what is so exciting about this Randy Orton Riddle shit. I feel like I'm the only one that gets super annoyed every time Matt Riddle speaks. That I have to listen to somebody be this fucking stupid or have this stupid of a character. And you lose brain cells, bro. Like one time I went in the ocean and I found grass and a house came up and a cat flew at me and the basketball hit him with a rose and then the computer fell out of the 6th floor. And when that happened, the crack actually happened in the door. But then my mom said that my aunt wanted to drive the Toyota. But when she said that, the pit bull came out of the grass and then he bit my Aunt Julie, and then Aunt Julie had to go to the Undertaker's morgue session, but then the Ultimate Warrior popped up, and before I knew it, you had a light pole that came up and shot a light out, and before you know it, was Raiden for Mortal Kombat. I don't even know, bro. Because it's just gibber. I don't know what he's talking about. You could literally just replace all of that with what he is saying. It's that fucking bad. That bad. Ashley Steggles, if you find out what the fuck we watched in JBL's name last night, you tell me. Patrick Williams, 20 spot, man. Patrick Williams. Let me crack this for Patrick Williams, bro. 20 fucking spot. That's several fucking Starbucks and Dunkins. Hold on. Yeah, man. Look at that shit. Look at the fucking Dells, bro. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that fucking Dells, bro. Look at that shit, bro. We up at 4:15 a.m. Busting ass. Doing what we gotta do. Lifting heavy shit. So that we can snap human beings in half. If need be. Ah. Oh, we are fucking feeling that, bro. Patrick Williams. Salute, dude. 20 spot. I don't want to be reminded about this show because it's trash beyond belief. Why do I do this to myself, BC? Well, we all could be asking ourselves that, Patrick. Nobody wants to be reminded of it, and the good news is, after I'm done reviewing this shit, I probably save a lot of people from watching it, because, Patrick, a lot of people subscribe, and they just watch BC's review. They don't actually watch the show, and if I say some segments were good, they take my word for it, they'll go watch. If I say it's a complete shit show, they don't watch. So, Patrick, I'm gonna fucking help my unit out. And then guess what? We're gonna try to forget about this fucking show like we do most of these Raws. Patrick Williams, salute, dude. Ow, yeah. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, 5 spot. What up, Trev Reigns? The only thing that's captivating me is Becky Lynch and Lita on Raw. And next week we have an RKBro party. I feel so bad for Randy Orton. Yeah, but Orton's probably loving this role, man. He's been there for so long, and he's always been kind of complacent. He's always been in the doghouse for being stupid and doing stupid shit. That's why his star meter has never rose to the likes of like a John Cena or anything like that. Plus, he doesn't have that type of charisma. But every time he was getting a big push, he'd go back into the doghouse and he'd do stupid shit. And then he's always been complacent, and he's complacent with this latest role. Trust me, he said it several times, just like AJ Styles and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're fucking lifers, bro. And they're content with their spots. Good for them. It's up to us, unfortunately, to realize that they still have so much more potential. They're resting on mediocrity right now. Somebody like Randy Orton could be legend killer status today. And that's a character that we need in 2022. Because we don't have enough of those. There's nobody. And if they do have somebody like it, like a fucking Brock, they're not being booked correctly. This guy gets turned on by Paul Heyman, and an hour later, he's smiling, looking up at a WrestleMania sign because he just won the Rumble. You just ruined Roman versus Brock. You had it perfectly when Paul turned on Brock, and then you had him win a Rumble an hour later and be smiling. So he's no longer even fucking pissed off. You ruined that storyline. So that's what I'm saying, dude. Somebody like the legend killer Randy Orton could have been much needed these last couple years. But instead, we're doing, bro, Randy. and everybody's giggling, man. It's a fucking... We're not producing professional wrestling with RKBro. We are producing a children's party. We are booking for 7-year-olds when RKBro is out there. And Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, as far as Becky Lynch and Lita captivating you the most on Raw, BC too. I'm sure most of us. Even if you don't like Becky Lynch or don't want to see Lita come back, I'm pretty sure if you saw the whole 3 hours of Raw, there's no way that you can say that wasn't the best segment. They were on their game. It was the perfect amount of physicality afterwards because Lita got the upper hand, but we know she's not going to walk out with the title. There's only 2 months to build the shit. Poor Lita was thrusted into this shit. Poor Lita at what, 45, 46 years old, something like that. Who would have thought Lita is one of the people that has to carry an entire brand into WrestleMania season? On one hand, you say, good for her. She's probably happy for that, but she shouldn't have to, man. She shouldn't have to take the brunt of that force. Lita just comes back, and now it's on her. She's got one of the best fucking feuds. And that's sad. I don't know what that's saying, to be honest. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. Appreciate it, man. Lord French Fries, 2 spot. Lord French Fries, haven't seen you in a minute, dude. Actually, that's exactly what you said. Hey, BC, it's been a minute. Hope all is well, everyone. Lord French Fries, my unit's still rocking, man. BC's fucking rocking as always. Extra fucking amped. We had a huge Delt day today. So it's good to see you back up in here, brah. Lord French Fries, stop by anytime, man. I know a lot of you guys have to just stop watching because the product has gotten so fucking bad. And I also know that BC never has a scheduled time that he goes live. So sometimes it's later at night, sometimes it's in the evening, sometimes it's early morning, sometimes the afternoon. You just got to be subbed and notified, man. So I understand that I don't make it easy on you guys either. But every once in a while, it's okay, man. Go, live life, do your shit. Every once in a while, stop back in, say what's up to BC. Thank you, Lord French Fries. Unsane the Plastered Bastard. Another one I haven't seen in a second, man. Unsane the Plastered Bastard says, do you think it was too soon for Jade Cargill to win the title despite her dominance? Also, who do you think will be the surprise debut on AEW Wednesday night? Well, number one, Unsane Plastered Bastard, I would say that it depends on how she's booked going forward for Jade Cargill. If she continues a dominant streak, then title or no title, they're building a star. So BC will be fine with it. Now, if she goes on and we're going to play some hot potato or she's losing some non-title matches or whatever the fuck is the case, then no. If you're going to book her like that, then the title doesn't need to be on her. It's not even about if she deserves it. It doesn't need to be. But if you're going to book her like a fucking beast, you're not going to pull some Wardlow shit where you're booking him like a monster for 2 months and then he has some shitty fucking outing with CM Punk that made him look uber weak. But if you're going to book Jade Cargill to stay on that streak and momentum, and when she loses, it's at a pay-per-view, it's for the title, it's a big moment, I'm okay with that, Unsane. Winning that title early, man. You know, you can build stars by booking alone. The title is not going to make the person per se. That person is going to make that title. So we're going to have to see in time if Jade Cargill can do such. As far as your second part of that question, who do I think will be the surprise on AEW this Wednesday night? I am going to go with, all signs are pointing to Jeff Hardy. But there's other reports saying that Keith Lee is all but signed. It seems like he's even celebrating. He's getting married to Mia Yim. Maybe there's going to be a post-debut honeymoon. Who knows, man? But it could be anybody, because with Tony Khan, he's got no fucking standards. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. He'll hire anybody, man. He'll go from fucking Leo Rush that doesn't have a good track record with working with people and in companies. He'll take Leo Rush. He'll go to a Tony Nese. He'll go to a Brian Kendrick. And then he'll pull Brian Kendrick minutes before the show because things come out. He'll bring everybody from a Christian to a Bryan Danielson, from a CM Punk to a Miro, from a Keith Lee to a John Gargano. He will bring you in, man. I mean, he literally just said that forbidden door, it's open for everybody. It doesn't even matter if you're signed to a contract. I mean, somebody has to tell this guy, shut the fucking door. Nobody needs to hear about your fucking door anymore. Every time the ratings dip, here he goes. Hey, we're gonna bring in another motherfucker. Maybe another motherfucker. And if we are able to hit 200 wrestlers on my roster, maybe we'll start getting a consistent million in viewership. Or you can stop signing new people, release a few motherfuckers, get under 100 threshold, and start captivating us with good storytelling. Crazy concept. Unsane the Plastered Bastard with a 2-spot also says, do you think Rogers will leave the pack? I think he was grooming everybody to do such. Unsane the Plastered Bastard. This whole year, that was not Aaron Rodgers. He was putting on a fucking show. That was an act. He was smiling. He was saying he was having a great time. He was complimenting his teammates. Now, I love Aaron Rodgers because I love my Packers, but I know Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is an asshole. Aaron Rodgers is a prick. Aaron Rodgers is a dick. He's that guy, real life status. So to see this new version of Rodgers, and he just sold his LA home. I believe he's got a home now in Tennessee. He was just seen in Ohio. I think he's gone. And I gotta be honest, as much as that's gonna suck because all we have is Jordan Love, which means we are fucked. He chokes in the playoffs, man. And so, like, it's a loss in the regular season because we're usually number one in the regular season. But in the playoffs, it's no sweat. Jordan Love isn't going to do that much worse than fucking Rodgers would have done because we're always eliminated first game after a bye week. So, Unsane Plastered Bastard, that's my long-winded answer on that, bro. Just gotta be honest, man. At this point, I wouldn't cry for fucking Aaron Rodgers taking off. Sadly. Yo, William F, dude. 5-spot. Haven't seen William F in a second. Have a coffee on me, BC. Thanks for keeping me up to date on whatever this promotion is doing. Sorry I've been missing your live streams. So it's all good, man. William F, take care of your shit, dude. Life happens, man. I totally understand. Every once in a while, come back, stop by, say what's up like you are right now. I appreciate it, man. And you ain't gotta thank me, dude. I'll always be here giving you the scoop on this horse shit. Thanks for picking me, choosing BC to be your number one source, man. William F. In fact, let me give William F a big salute, man. And Carlos Ray. I just saw Carlos pop up too with a 20 banger, bro. So let me get William F and Carlos. Carlos Ray with a couple of fucking swigs here. Ah! Carlos! BC, love your new style cold open. Much love and respect for you and the unit. Salute. Carlos, I appreciate it, man. I'm not going to do that often. That might be the only time I do that. Usually I don't write everything out and just read it word for word. I was just flowing, Carlos, man. 4:30 in the morning, just woke up after 1 hour of sleep. I started thinking about the show, and I just started writing that cold open, man. And each word is a scathing truth, man. That's straight from the fucking... That's straight from the amplified art, bro. So I'm glad you guys like that shit. Carlos, I appreciate the words. I'm just happy you're up in here, dude. 20 banger by Carlos. Much love and respect. Big Nang! What up, Big Nang? 5-spot coffee says BC. Raw's like crack. It's horrible and bad, yet still gonna watch after your review. I'm guilty having this bad habit. Raw's like crack. It's horrible and bad, yet still gonna watch after your review. I'm guilty of this bad habit. Yeah, man. It's what it is, Big Nang. And this goes back to Patrick. I think it was Patrick, right? Patrick Williams said the same thing. Why do I do this to myself? And Big Nang is pretty much going, damn, it's horrible, but we still watch. It's because we love this shit, man. Most of us have watched since we were little kids, and we still tune in out of two things, habit and hope. Habit, because it's what we've done since we were little kids, and hope, hoping that this shit can turn around and get better. Big Nang. Bakayuka! 2-spot. Which is better? Doudrop versus Liv or Nyla versus Ruby Soho? Well, the match, Nyla versus Ruby Soho, was much better. I know, you're probably like, what the fuck, BC, a Nyla Rose match? Yeah, actually, Nyla Rose versus Ruby Soho was actually pretty damn good. Doudrop and Liv Morgan, I don't understand the reasoning on squashing Liv Morgan when she had all of this momentum coming out of the Becky Lynch feud. That is something that you just cannot do, and it's something that WWE did because that's their MO. If it's something they shouldn't do, they're probably gonna do it. And I feel so bad for Liv Morgan, bro. Because what is happening to Liv Morgan? Same thing we saw happen to Lashley, the first title reign. We're about to see it in 2 weeks when Lashley drops the title again. And it's the same thing that's happened to Big E. Either they have a little bit of momentum and Vince will destroy it, or Vince doesn't even allow them momentum. Bakayuka. Eddie, 5-spot. Eddie says, I would have loved to see a storyline where Randy's the rising star killer, destroying young up-and-coming talent till he gets his comeuppance. That would be fucking awesome. That would be an elevation, and it would be a whole 360, man. It would be a whole come around. Where he started and where he's ending up. Teaching all the fucking young kids that he's still better than them. He will still take them out, and they're not going to climb over him for any title, in any story, for any TV time. So, Eddie, I actually like that, man. The rising star killer. Fuck yeah, dude. He'd just be going around backstage like he used to do with the Legend Killer shit, and he'd just be fucking punting dudes. Up-and-comers, man. Go to NXT. How badass would it be if Randy Orton just showed up in NXT and started fucking motherfuckers up? He doesn't have to stay on there. Just one show. He just shows up, man, unannounced. It'll be all over social media. Randy Orton did what on NXT? Randy Orton just showed up and just started booting people. Randy Orton just is going into business for himself. There's no fucking brand split. Randy Orton just shows up on the blue brand, starts beating the fuck out of young superstars. Bro, see, now I'm getting all creative. You see what I'm saying, Eddie? All it takes is a fucking ounce of passion and wanting to do this. It's clear that Vince doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants out of the pro wrestling business. I'm not sure he ever wanted to be in it. Eddie, I appreciate it, man. I haven't gone over hour number 2 yet. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I got all my initial supers up first, man. And then I'll start the review, and then any supers during it I will get to after. But I don't like clogging them up all at the end, man, because usually I get all amped and then I have to, do a whole nother section after the vid. That's not how I like to do it. And supers deserve my utmost anyway, so they come first. Christopher Blackshear's up in this bitch with a $1.99. What up, Christopher? My cable didn't work and I knew I missed nothing. No, your cable did you a favor, bro. This was on Sci-Fi too, so there'll be a little drop in audience. The show absolutely sucked, so there should be another little drop in audience. But your cable provider, man, call them up later and just give them a little bit of a thank you, man. Send them a little card, because they helped you out, Christopher. Derek Fleming Jr., $1.99. BC, I was too amplified for them in the gym today. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Take your pre-workout, take your fucking coffee, whatever you take, and you start bashing out those weights, bro. If people are on your machine and they're taking too long and they're fucking with you, lift them up and throw them out the fucking window. Derek Fleming Jr. Joey's Adventures, 5-spot. Have you seen the recent pics of Bray at Keith's wedding? He looks like he would have debuted in a company at any minute and dominate. Oh, he looks like he could debut in any company at any minute and dominate. Of course, man. Bray Wyatt Wyndham Rotunda is ready to rock, man. He's been doing movies and shit. He's been keeping busy. He's got a family now with the ever so ultra beautiful JoJo. One of the most beautiful women in all of the world, by the way. Fucking JoJo. Damn, do I miss her. So he's doing fine, man. I'm also hearing reports. I don't think he's going to be the surprise on Wednesday night. I'm here. Now listen. I'm the messenger in this. I'm not saying anything's confirmed. Initial reports are saying... I'm just going to tell you, just think of this as just a rumor, all right? But that WWE could be bringing back Bray Wyatt. That's the latest word that I'm getting. And I don't know, man. If he goes to AEW, I don't want him into a House of Black. I don't want him with 3 or 4 cronies at the start. I just want him to be by his fucking self for a minute. The same thing I said about Malachi Black. Give them a fucking year just to establish themselves. Then, make a faction. Malachi seems like just another fucking guy these days, and that's sad, man. So Joey's Adventures, absolutely, man. Bray Wyatt, this is just a Bray channel anyway. This is a Wyndham Rotunda channel. Anywhere that dude goes, BC will be right there. Calling that shit, because where Bray goes, BC is gonna talk about it. That's how much respect I have for Wyndham Rotunda. Christopher Blackshear, another 199. Thank you for sparing me last night, Spectrum. Yeah, that's right. If not a phone call, give them a little fucking a tweeter. Is that what they call them on the Twitter machine? Send them a fucking tweeter in 140 characters or less. Spectrum, thank you for saving me from 3 hours of misery. Your cable did you a favor, bro. Missing this shit show. I want to go over the second hour. In case you're wondering again, the first hour we did a live reaction last night. That's where you're going to find my live review of hour number 1. And I can't say that anything was positive in that. That was a pretty, I was pretty blunt with how I was feeling about that show in hour number 1. So, damn, man. Cold open and some supers, man. I look at the fucking, you guys are almost at 200 on the ups. I forgot to even mention that. I appreciate that. Fucking 180 already, bro. Thank you. Almost 200 already. I forgot to say that. That helps out the algorithm. Gotta get that. Think, BC. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. But you guys are fucking rock stars, dude. You knew that, dude. Miz TV. This 10-minute interview segment was used just to set up a match between Miz and Dominic Mysterio. Miz was pissed that Ray gets the cover of WWE 2K5 million, or whatever they're up to. I don't even know what it's called these days. 2K22, maybe? Did they just go by the fucking year? I don't know. Meanwhile, he can't even get on posters or on the side of the trucks. He's all pissed off. It's basically the CM Punk pipe bomb where he's like, I can't get on the signature, I can't get on the sippy cups, I can't get on my grandma's pillows. So this is all Miz was saying. This guy gets to be on the cover of the new video game, and I get nothing. The problem is that as much as I respect Miz, we've seen this same promo from Miz every other feud. At some point, people are going to catch on. BC has already, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to as well. Dominic steps in front of his father, and he steps face-to-face with Miz. So Miz says, I can't help but notice you're a lot taller than him. Are you sure Eddie's not your father? So Miz versus Dominic is up next, man. After a 3-minute commercial break, we get a 2-minute match. I want you to do that math. A little bit of Steiner math. A 3-minute commercial. I don't give a fuck about picture-in-picture. It's a 3-minute commercial. And then when we came back, you got a 2-minute match. Because that makes sense. And it ended with Dominic defeating Miz via pinfall off of the most lethal move known to mankind. The awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit. It's so damn fruity. The Rollup. Now, this was the second one in the night, mind you. Second roll-up of the night, because in hour number 1, and you'll see how I reacted to that after this vid. Click on that live reaction that I did last night. You'll see how I reacted to fucking Doughboy Dawkins taking a fucking fruit roll-up. Dawkins is a big boy. And you're telling me that Doughboy Dawkins cannot get his one shoulder, just a centimeter off the mat? It looks so fucking goofy. So what do we do 45 minutes later? 45 minutes later, we have The Miz just get fruit roll-upped. Yeah, real creativity there, Vince McFuckwad. Real fucking creative, dude. 2 roll-ups in 45 minutes. Now, JR9's still up in here, I'm hoping. JR9, what was the statistic going into last night? Because weren't they doing okay? I could have sworn, so far this month, there hasn't been that many fruit roll-ups in WWE. So I'm on a delay. JR9, if you have that information privy, if you can send that. No. But I don't think they were doing too fucking bad. And here we are, 45 minutes back-to-back fucking roll-ups, bro. JR9 says WWE had 4 before last night. None in 2 weeks before last night. That's what I thought, bro. Thank you, JR9. Much love and appreciation for that, dude. So none in the last 2 weeks. I'm starting to think maybe they're hearing us, right? They hear us with the fucking pizza chants. We want pizza, and now we're gonna get fucking pizza and tacos on a pole match. A ladder match. Not for a title, not for a fucking Money in the Bank contract. There's gonna be a fucking taco and a Pizza Hut box. You're gonna be seeing fucking wrestlers, major wrestlers, headliners, wrestling over pepperoni pizza. That's what Stephanie said. Stephanie said that. So I'm thinking, hey, if they're going to listen to that, maybe listen to us when we say, hey, no more fucking fruit roll-ups. There's a crazy concept. 2 weeks. Nothing. Nothing. And then last night, 2 and 45 minutes. They just went backwards like fucking 67 steps last night. Bianca Belair then defeats Nikki Ash via KOD. Belair is now in a Raw Elimination Chamber match to declare the #1 contender for the Raw Women's title at Mania. I wish we had actual storylines getting us to the title matches. Is that too much to ask? I said this earlier in the cold open. You guys know I'm right about this, man. These days, there's only 3 ways to get a title match. There's no more storylines that get kickstarted and they culminate in a badass title match that you have to see. No. These days, #1, you just simply ask for it. #2, you just beat the champion in what is called a contenders match, so the champion already loses the match. So that's supposed to get everyone excited to see it again at the pay-per-view. And then #3 is you just win a stupid tournament or a multi-person schmaz match and you earn a title. So by the time the match is official, there's no actual feud. There's no real storyline. You have to create something out of thin air with usually just a couple weeks before the pay-per-view. You guys know I'm correct. Back in the day, it was never done this way. You had a feud set in place, and that's why too many pay-per-views was the beginning of the end for a company like WWE. They can't handle it. They can't handle a pay-per-view every month. Back in the day, you had 4 major ones, even before King of the Ring. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. And what happened during the 3 months of each pay-per-view? You were building storylines. Crazy concept, right? Title matches actually started because of feuds. And both superstars were winning their matches and getting much more momentum. And before you know it, you're like, you gotta see this match for the title. This shit that you see today would never fly back in the day. It is pathetic that there's just no storylines or feuds anymore, or none that we care about. They even managed to ruin Roman and Brock, which at the Royal Rumble, when Paul Heyman turned on Brock, it looked like it was going pretty good. Brock just got fucking done filthy by Paul Heyman. You wait until SmackDown. Brock shows up pissed off. I said in the parking lot, waiting for Roman and Paul. No, they had Brock come out an hour later, win the Rumble, smile, point at the sign, and then he shows up to Raw. He can't even be fucking occupied with Roman or Paul turning on him. He's occupied with the WWE title right now. None of this makes sense for the feud. They did it so good, that turn by Paul Heyman. And then they fucking ruined it 1 hour later. So even that, no care at all. They're going to make the WWE title match, the Raw Women's title match for Becky Lynch. They're going to make that a triple threat at WrestleMania. Trust me, they're already doing house shows. Becky, Bianca Belair, and somebody else is involved. I totally fucking forgot who it was. But they're already running triple threats. It's going to be the same thing probably for for other title matches as well. Ronda and Charlotte, I've already seen. I mean, I'm not just trying to take a shit on every match, but every match is not exciting or captivating us. Dude, you can't even lie to yourself. Lita and Becky Lynch was the only thing memorable from last night, and I'm even trying to forget that, to be honest. Lita and Becky Lynch going into extreme fucking Elimination Chamber. That's not even a Mania match. And that was the only thing worth noting from last night's show. Lita and Becky. If that's not telling you how sad this show is, then I don't know what is, bro. Or what's going to. Rhea Ripley. That's right. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch is the 3 that are making the house show rounds. So watch that be a fucking Mania match. Nothing makes sense, and there is no stories we care about. And without that, remember these words, because I've been saying this a lot lately, and I really want to drive this point home. Because you can see some great wrestling in that ring. AEW on Wednesday nights, you can see phenomenal wrestling from every motherfucking Tom, Dick, and Harry that walks through the forbidden door, the back door, the front door, the side door, the basement door, the attic door, your grandmother's fucking secret message door. I don't know what she's doing back there, but I don't care what door they go. You can see great wrestling. Immaculate. Okay? But if you don't have care behind it, if we don't give a shit about it, it's just another wrestling match. It's just choreographed gymnastics. Pro wrestling is based more on the wrestling match. It is larger than life characters that we give a fuck about, that we invest into. It is the stories that those larger than life characters tell in the ring, backstage, in the locker room, in the parking lot. It is those stories from the larger than life characters, and it is the feuds that culminate at pay-per-views for titles or just ultimate grudge matches. That is what pro wrestling is based upon, founded upon. The foundation, the core, the system runs through the core, which is everything I just mentioned. These days, choreographed gymnastics gets, "This is awesome!" But I ask that you don't ruin my professional wrestling. Just go to the Olympics, the Summer Olympics, and go watch all your favorite gymnasts. Their twirl, their dive, their flip. They'll fucking do hurricanranas if you ask, or throw them a hunji. Watching just wrestling matches with no give a damn behind it? That's not fun. I can see great wrestling at the local bingo hall every single night, twice on Saturday and 3 times on Sunday. Great wrestling. I don't need to sit my ass down multiple nights a week in prime time and spend my time for hours every week to watch glorified choreographed gymnastics. Pro wrestling is more than that. I'm not gonna get my fucking dick hard by watching professional wrestling matches with no fucking care behind it. Nothing on the line. Nothing for the future. Bullshit booking. Nonsensical booking. Why are they in the ring together? 'Cause it's gonna be a good match. If I'm in it just for the wrestling, then I can watch the New Day versus the Usos for another 1,614 times. Why are we all pissed off that they're wrestling 1,614 times to begin with? Because it's stale, it's redundant. There's nothing more that they can do to make us give a fuck. Do you guys feel me, man? Are you guys feeling me out there, man? Can you understand where I'm coming from? It's from a pure spot, from a wrestling fan for decades. I understand it's a different era, different year, 2022. Times have changed, things have changed, we have to evolve. But can you feel me? Do you guys understand that there's 3 things you have to have? Larger than life characters, stories we care about, and culminating feud moments at the pay-per-view. Can you agree that that is the foundation of pro wrestling? Before you can even start putting on moves. That's the reason the Ultimate Warrior was such a fucking hit. The guy couldn't wrestle that great. He's only got 2 matches that you can really remember were great, and that's Randy Savage WrestleMania 7, Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 6. Hulk Hogan wasn't even a great fucking wrestler, skill-wise. He did everything else that captivated your ass to become a wrestling fan. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. Much love. Yo, Nick, Malachi, Anthony, I appreciate that, man. Chilling with Charlie Grin. Derek Fleming, man. It's good to know that BC isn't just the shouting guy on the tube, you know what I mean? I'm just fucking negative. I'm just being mean. I'm just not sitting back and enjoying this. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the fucking guy that's just gonna fucking yell for no reason, and I'm not gonna be. Every fucking thing I say is justified. Everything I say you know is fact, because you just have to look at the ratings, guys. Whether it's WWE RAW before the Royal Rumble and going into Mania season when they finally went to 1-7 and even 1-8 post Royal Rumble, but all of December, not even just Christmas, was 1-5. Their new average is around 1-5 now, 1-6 if they're lucky. How did it go so low on Monday nights? It's everything I just said, man. And we can praise AEW because it's usually always better than Raw, no doubt. But even on Wednesday nights, why did MJF and CM Punk not even pull 1 million viewers when everybody's talking 1-2, 1-3 at least, and they lost 150,000? You gotta look at the feud. The storyline fell off the tracks the whole last month. I was waving that red flag. I was trying to warn everybody. I was trying to tell Cody, who told us to tell him what they're doing wrong. Nobody wanted to listen until the last week when they finally picked the story back up, but by then it was too late. Nobody cared about it anymore. I was the only one in the community. Every other fucking schmuck was talking about how everything they were doing was epic, great, brilliant, perfect, flawless. Every fucking adjective, every fucking noun, every adverb, you name it, these words were being said. Coddling the balls of the fucking company. When I'm like, dude, you can make it better if you're being honest. BC was trying to warn everybody. Wait a second, guys. Everything that we were excited about, MJF and CM Punk, it's going off the rails. Guys, this is not going to go well. Then they said, uh-oh, we're going to fast track it to free TV. And I go, whoa, 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 hold on, red flag. And when it was all said and done, who was right in the community? It was me. I can't even give myself a fucking pat on the fucking back because I didn't want to be. But I knew I was correct because I saw it the whole time and I was the only one being honest. It doesn't matter what company flag you're waving. Professional wrestling needs help because they lost what the core fucking value of pro wrestling. They lost it, man. They lost it. There is no larger than life wrestlers anymore. And until you fucking come up with a recipe to create that, you're fucking dead in the water. You're done. Capiche? You fucking hear me? You're done. You can have all your talking points. You can have all your bullet points. You could go over your X's and your O's to try to make shit better, but unless you have larger-than-life wrestlers and stories we give a shit about and culminating feuds at pay-per-views and not free TV, until you get your ducks in a row and your house in order, you never, and I want you to understand my words, you're never gonna pull what you want to pull. WWE will never see 2.0 again on Raw if they don't correct that ship. SmackDown will never see the light of 2.5. AEW will never see a consistent 1-3 even. If they don't start going back to the original formula of what pro wrestling was based upon. That's it. That's like another fucking cold open right there, man. That's a little spiel. I don't know how I got into that. Was that all from Bianca Belair and Nikki Ash? Yeah, because Bianca now is in this elimination chamber and we're going to find a #1 contender for fucking Becky. Because we're too fucking lazy to come up with an actual fucking feud. We're too lazy to think of creativity in a storyline for Becky's title. They're blowing their load on a rushed fucking Lita feud. At least that delivered last night. At least that's the only motherfucking story or feud I'm looking forward to as of right now. Naomi and Sonya Deville would be the only other one. I think that's going off beautifully. That's it. And you guys know I'm right, man. Just repeat the process on how we go to title matches. Brushing my teeth is more fun than watching Monday Night Raw. Sadly, brushing my fucking teeth is more exciting than watching Monday Night Raw. And that's saying something. Because when you brush your teeth, you just woke up, you're groggy, you're like, oh, I gotta fucking do this today, I gotta do that today. You're fucking brushing vigorously. Tearing away at your gums because you're pissed off. But somehow that process has become more enjoyable than watching Monday Night Raw. Telling. Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens, a rematch from, I believe, just last week. But why? He lost, that's it, move on. It's a simple process. They shouldn't have been in the ring last week together because neither one of them can afford a loss. Not by a long shot, so neither one of them should have been in that fucking match. What is this company's obsession with giving us the same match 87 times in a row? Like, what is this company's fucking obsession with giving us rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch? They literally are just not they don't want to spend an ounce of time or creativity, or they're just fucking with us. It's the only conclusion that I can come across. Watching your neighbor get hit by a bus every morning would be way more fun than this. Oh, I know. What, I'm the bad guy for saying that? I understand. You may even love your neighbor. But watching your neighbor get ran over by a bus would be more entertaining than Raw. That's all I'm saying. You could love your neighbor. Little old Miss Jenkins, she's about to turn 97 next week, right? She's got the little hunchback. She's got her little walker. It takes her 4 hours to get to the road to collect her newspaper. But every morning you wait out there with your coffee, you got your notes, and you're watching Mrs. Jenkins go out to the road to get her newspaper. And she's going one step every 20 minutes. She'll look over. Hi, Beasley. How are you today? Hi, Miss Jenkins. Careful about the bus this morning. I know. I learned my lesson. 4 hours later, she gets to the road. She bends over, right? That takes another 36 minutes. She gets her paper. She looks a little bit to the right. Here comes that speeding fucking public transportation bus. Wow, baka! There goes Miss Jenkins. You can find her 2 blocks away at the Tiger Palace Chinese restaurant dumpster, face down. It's 2 blocks away, Tiger Palace. Great Chinese food. There's Miss Jenkins, face down in the dumpster. She got a wabaka! That bus nailed her, drilled her right in the fucking ass. Now the sad part is it does take another 3 weeks for Miss Jenkins to walk back to her place, but she gets to collect all 3 weeks of newspaper on the road. I've seen this process a lot of times. My point is, watching your neighbor get ran over by a bus is more fun than Raw. It's just the facts. I'm not trying to be a mean guy. I'm not just trying to be an asshole. I'm not saying that I want my neighbor to get ran over by a bus. I'm just saying it's more fun. It's entertainment. That's all I'm saying. Owens defeats Theory. So they're just swapping wins and losses is what's happening here. They're just swapping wins and losses. We call that 50-50 booking in the industry. And there's no reason for Owens to lose last week. There's no reason for Austin Theory to lose this week. So their idea is just have them both lose back to back. Just have them both lose. This is, you know how they're booking for 7-year-olds? This whole RKBro Alpha Academy story? It's not even a storyline. This is just 7-year-old booking every week. They're just trying to fucking get all the kids to clap like fucking trained seals at everything that they're viewing. But we talk about booking for 7-year-olds. The 7-year-olds are basically booking this shit. This is 7-year-old booking. Like, any kid can book this shit. I'm gonna have Austin beat Finn Balor. And then I'm gonna have AJ Styles beat Austin the next week. And then I'm gonna have Austin beat Kevin Owens the following week. And then I'm gonna have Owens defeat Austin the following week. You do realize, little Timmy and Jerry, that you literally just 50-50 booked Austin Theory his last 4 fucking matches. Yeah, isn't that great, Beasley? Consistency. Oh, I'm consistently gonna throw you out the fucking window. Go back, go all the way downstairs, pick you back up, throw you back up the stairs, throw you back out another window. We'll repeat the process. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you have this guy beat Balor, the following week lose to Styles, the following week beat Owens, and then the following week have the same guy, Owens, beat him? You realize you just spent a month you just started over. You're not booking this guy strong. Austin Theory should have the moon right now. Austin Theory's a really good wrestler. He had a little bit of the rub from Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I hope he didn't get rubbed too much by Vincent Kennedy McMahon, because the way he looks at Austin Theory is a little creepy, so I hope the rub was a little bit from a distance. But whatever rub he got from the old bastard in Stamford, Connecticut, it's a rub. So why is he being 50-50 booked, man? When somebody is 50-50 booked, subconsciously we look at them as a loser. I actually like Austin Theory as of late. So don't make me look at this dude like he's a fucking loser, dude. He beat Owens last week. That's it, man. That sucks for Owens. This week, try to rectify that for Owens. But great for Theory. The following week, you just have this dude lose to the same guy he beat a week before. I ask, what is it doing for either of them? It's rhetorical, guys. It does nothing. In the eyes of the fans, that does nothing. You literally subconsciously are just watching Austin Theory trade wins and losses every week. That's absolutely dementingly sad. by the old bastard that he would even fathom that that would be a good move to try to up the standard of Austin Theory and how we look at him. I can't fathom that they had Austin Theory lose that match. Can't even fathom that shit, man. I'll just move on, man. I can't fathom what they're doing with Theory. At 1 second you think they're... And then out of nowhere, watch. He'll continue to be 50-50 booked, and then out of nowhere, this guy's going to win a title in the middle of a Raw or something. Watch. And then we're all going to go, see, it led to Austin Theory getting a huge push. Motherfucker. Now I really don't want him winning a title if he's just 50-50 booked. If I'm already looking at this guy like he can't consistently win, of course I don't want him with a fucking title. Come on, bro. Go over hour number 3 in a second, man. Let me go over some more fucking VIP supers, man. Give me a coffee break. Who do we got up in here, man? We got I got Joey's Adventures, right? I got Christopher, man, thanking Spectrum for saving him from last night's fucking Raw shit show. Jacqueline Robinson. Haven't seen Jacqueline in a damn minute. Yo, Jacqueline, what up? Jacqueline Robinson. It was good to see Lita a few weeks ago. SmackDown also wanted Lita to win the Royal Rumble, but glad she got a match with Becky. Hope they give them time and good booking. Me too, bro. Now, Jacqueline, I will say this, man. Lita, and you see the thumbnail, and I've said this a couple of times, man. Lita and Becky were the only bright part of that night last night, and that's not even debatable. Even if you giggled over that whole opening Jeopardy segment, that whole trivia show, that game show shit, that's more for a fucking children's party than it is a pro wrestling booking in primetime. Even if you giggled over that shit, Lita and Becky Lynch, man, they did the deed. And even if a lot of people want to shit on Becky Lynch these days, it's the cool thing to do. And that's fine, man. BC's not even a big Becky Lynch fan. I'm not even a Becky Lynch fan. And a lot of times, take it or leave it, I can leave Becky Lynch's shit. I'm just not a huge fan of the work that she does, and I'm not a fan of Becky. But I can call good when it's good, man. And last night, Becky Lynch, the past couple of weeks, Becky Lynch has been hammering it, man. She was funny as hell last week. This week, she was really passionate and emotional in what she was saying. And it really helped Lita really come into her own. This is somebody who's been gone for so long. This is a one-on-one thing. There's no tag team partners next to her. Lita's doing all of this, man, on the cuff. It's good when you can work with somebody like Becky, who's making it so easy and natural for you to do your job. So Becky Lynch deserves so much fucking credit, dude. And as far as Lita coming back at 45, 46 years old, something like that, and holding down the fort when that show was so tragically bad last night, miserably bad, and Lita did that in the ring last night, good job to fucking Lita, bro. Absolutely. Jacqueline Robinson, no doubt. BC's football, 5 spot. Vince loves his part-timers, so I kind of think Lita beats Becky. Trish is the mystery woman in the chamber and wins it, and WWE books Trish versus Lita at Mania. While that is some good fantasy booking, I don't think Vince will ever trust Lita and Trish at Mania, given that they just haven't had a lot of ring time. Usually, you see women that come back, especially like Lita, they're going to be in tag team matches, like Beth Phoenix or a Maurice, or if it's like Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool, they'll be in a Royal Rumble. He won't usually put you in a one-on-one. So this is actually huge that Lita has this one-on-one title match, man. But I don't see Lita winning the title, and I don't think that would be the right call. I don't see Trish entering the Elimination Chamber, and I don't think that would be the right call either. But I will say this, BC's football, that's some damn good fantasy booking, though. It makes you think how fun that would be. But I just don't think it would be right. I don't think Vince would ever, I just don't think Vince would ever do that either. It's just, you're risking a lot of injury with Trish and Lita being the only people in there. They got to go at least 10 to 15 minutes. BC's football, man. Good fantasy shit. Big Nang, 10 spot. What up, Big Nang? Heyman is such a smart, creative person. Heard that he pitched and was pushing for a title versus title match. Got me thinking, what the fuck? Heyman, my keeps on making decisions? Big Nang. What's that say? What the fuck? Heyman, my keeps on making decisions and ideas that only cater to Brock. Yeah, I mean, Heyman's creative as fuck, dude. There's no doubt about that. But when it comes to running Raw, when he was in Bruce Pritchard's spot, he couldn't change shit either. He tried a little bit here and there, but he ended up having to just be a yes man or he just loses his job. It's a rotating fucking door. Brucey Pritchard has been there 3 fucking times. There'll be a 4th because he'll get fired. And there'll be another yes man to replace him and he'll end up coming back. Paul Heyman's creative as fuck. But when it's all ruined, then it was all for nothing. Paul Heyman turned on Brock Lesnar. I thought that was perfect at the Royal Rumble. An hour later, he's looking up at the sign laughing as Brock has just eliminated everybody and he's got a smile. And his attention is more on the WWE title than the Universal. So Big Nang, if Heyman is booking all of this, Heyman botched because Heyman should have fought more for Brock not winning that title. Title versus title I could do without. If it means Brock Lesnar doesn't win the Rumble, I don't give a fuck about title versus title. Ashley Steggles, $8.99. Savage versus Steamboat and Undertaker versus HBK at WrestleMania. I could watch 1,617 times and still be captivated by those matches because they had story. Sort your shit out, Vince. Yeah, no doubt, man. My favorite match of all time is Shawn Michaels Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. So, absolutely agree with you. And Savage and Steamboat, one of my all-time favorite matches as well. And that actually ended in a fruit roll-up package. So that goes to show you that I'm more fair and consistent than you realize. One of my favorite matches had to do with a roll-up. But if you go back and watch that match, that is how you place a fruit roll-up. They're exhausted. They've done everything. They're winded. They don't know what else to do. They're starting to doubt themselves. They're going for it all. And wham, at the tail end, there's a fucking last-ditch effort for a fruit roll-up. I mean, that's when you have nothing left and you're depleted. That's when you cannot kick out of a roll-up. You get what I'm saying, guys? That's when you can't kick out of a roll-up. You go back to Wardlow and Punk, and everyone goes, why are you so hung up on that match, Beastie? Because I can't believe they did Wardlow that filthy, and I can't believe that there's some fans that are so stupid to say that Wardlow was built strong. That was the weakest that you can build a wrestler in a match. And the move, one of his finishers, the Wardlow bomb, is now one of the weakest moves in all of pro wrestling when he's doing it. This dude delivered nearly 10 of his finisher, or one of his signature moves, and after the last one, Punk jumped up to his feet and rolled this guy up with no offense being done to Wardlow. None. I don't care if MJF distracted him. I don't care if fucking Jim Cornette came out of nowhere and distracted him. That's right, Jim Cornette in AEW. Think about that. I don't care if fucking Bam Bam Bigelow came back from the How You Doing to grace us with his presence. If Eddie Guerrero in that convertible came down, I don't care who's distracting Wardlow. No offense was done to him. He just gave fucking nearly 10 of his signature moves, and this dude could not get one shoulder a centimeter off the mat. That is how you do not do a fruit roll-up, and that is why people have an issue with that match, and that is why we say and we claim Wardlow was done filthy. Wardlow looked so damn weak in that match, and that finisher will never be looked at the same. Not by common sense, logical people that use that shit like BC and so many of you. Fuck that shit. Big Nang, Ashley Steggles, appreciate man. Big Nang with another 5 says, sad that BC puts over Mrs. Jenkins, made her look a million times better than 98% of the main WWE roster. As I was telling that story, Big Nang, you guys were thinking about it, right? I was telling you a fucking story. We were developing something. You started to gain a little bit of fucking admiration for Mrs. Jenkins. You started to feel bad for her. I mean, this fucking public transportation bus wabaka this son of a bitch 2 blocks over to the Tiger Palace Chinese restaurant, face down into the dumpster. It's gonna take Miss Jenkins another 3 weeks just to get back home. You feel bad for her, man. That's a story. You tell that shit. You let it develop. You captivate an audience. Miss Jenkins is good enough to put herself over. BC's just telling the story. I wish WWE put an ounce of what BC does on this channel into their product. Big Nang, much love and respect. And another 2 spots says BC Triple H's daughters must be a part of the booking team. Well, if they're fucking young, like anything around the age of 10 or under, then they're on the booking team because everything you're seeing is booked to children. Absolute children. Big Nang. Mikey, $4.99. The gaming YouTubers are going to make better shows than VKM when this new game comes out. It's a shame. Yeah, I'm not hearing great reviews. I'm not a big gamer, but I'm not hearing big things or great things about this new WWE video game. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people are saying that they're already weary about this shit. They're already calling out issues, and they just saw some of the commercials. I'm like, damn. Poor fucking product, man. WWE 2K 5 million, whatever they're up to. Mikey, appreciate it, dude. Hold on, let me make sure, man. Before I get into hour number 3, let me go over a Big Nang with another 5 spot. Says, BC, do you remember the finish to Brett versus Diesel, Survivor Series 95? Brett went flying to the announce table and ended up fruit roll-upping Diesel for the W. Absolutely. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, that you could say was done a little fucking... I mean, when you see what happened with Brett flying into the announce... You could say, okay, he was a little bit more fucking hurt. Maybe. But maybe that's what they were going for. Something like that. But it didn't... It didn't suffice, bro. It didn't do anything, Big Nang. I would have said the same fucking thing. I didn't like Bob Backlund. This has nothing to do with the roll-up, Big Nang, but you guys probably don't even remember this because it was not on TV. I think this was just like a house show, Madison Square Garden. Diesel just fucking powerbombed and ended Bob Backlund's fucking title reign in like 8 seconds. It was bullshit, bro. You can't do that, man, and you're not going to make the title look significant or prestigious if your title holders are just losing like that. Same thing I said about Kofi Kingston when he lost to Brock Lesnar. The way that he lost to Brock Lesnar, I'm going to say the same thing about Bob Backlund, the way he lost to Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Madison Square Garden, New York City. I mean, that's how fair and consistent I'm always going to be, man. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. BC, bet those scripts are written in crayon. Wouldn't doubt it, dude. And when Vince McMahon rips them up, I bet you he's rewriting them in crayon. How do you like that, Derek Fleming Jr.? You ain't kidding, bro. Too funny. I think I got everybody. If there's more guys, I will get to them after the 3rd hour. But I want to go over the 3rd hour, man. Whoo! Going toward an hour and a half. Much love to you guys. Let me get another swig of coffee so we can get amped up for hour 3. Started this shit in the fucking morning, the AM hours on the East Coast, man. I know wherever you guys are in the world, I know it's odd timing. But I appreciate you guys joining live. And I always say this, man, to the thousands of you that are going to catch this later, you were not able to catch this live, thank you for still clicking. Thank you for making it this far in and watching every fucking second of BC, even though it's not live anymore for you guys. I still appreciate the shit out of you guys. Thank you for smashing that up. It's still going to help the algorithm over the next 24 hours. So much love and respect. Lita and Becky Lynch face-to-face promo starts hour number 3. Becky was simply phenomenal. Phenomenal. Emotional. Passionate, man. She's looking at Lita and she says, I'd go as far to say without Lita, there would be no Becky Lynch. But now that there is a Becky Lynch, there can be no Lita. I fucking love that, bro. You know, the line delivery is what's gonna make that. You can have that written out for you, but unless you're gonna fucking say that with some conviction and realism, you might as well forget about it. Nobody's gonna buy into that line. Becky fucking nailed that shit. But now that there is a Becky Lynch, there can be no Lita. I just fucking love that. She says, do you understand how much it hurts to have the one person you looked up to the most try and take everything you've ever worked for away from you? Again, there is emotion, conviction, passion behind her words, man. She says, I've had to lose friends for this title. Fine, I got rid of them. Charlotte Flair, obviously. She said, I had to lose family. Fine, I got rid of them. And she said, I'll have no problem getting rid of you if need be. She had to get rid of family. She had to get rid of her own friends. She has to get rid of her heroes now, the ones she looked up to. Fine, she will get rid of them too if need be. I mean, the whole promo by her was fucking... I mean, she was just straight fire, man. And it's sad because there's this new thing where everything Becky does is just bad. She's not a believable heel. Her promos are boring. And I'm telling you, man, in the whole women's roster, if Becky Lynch is your problem with promos, if Becky Lynch is the one that you think is not a good heel, bro, don't make me go through the rest of the roster because I will fucking explode that whole theory. Because what she did last night was absolutely really good. What she did last week, what Becky Lynch was asked to do last week is not easy to do. You stand in the middle of the ring, Lita comes down, and you gotta fucking, out of nowhere, expecto petroleum, wave your fucking Potter wand, you gotta come up with a fucking title match out of your ass. And you gotta play it off. You gotta play it off flawlessly. Well, Becky Lynch did that last week. There was humor. There was like this actual like little bit of fear in her. Like, what the fuck? Like, no. I'm not defending this again, you know. And then finally she gets goaded into it. And then last night, man, Becky, I want to praise Lita, but I have to. It takes two to tango. I want to make sure I give props to Becky because the community rags on her for everything. On this channel, even if you're fucking horrible, if you have a good performance, you're gonna hear about it. That was a damn good performance by Becky Lynch last night, and BC is admitting that. I hope even the Lynch haters out there can fucking agree. If you watched it, it was good. It's the only good segment in the entire fucking night. And Lita, again, at her age, she has not had a one-on-one match feud since the Stone Age. And here she is, she's carrying Raw on her back with Becky at this point because that's the only fucking feud I can think about right now that I give any shit about. That's not good for the company at large, especially for the Red brand. Things would get physical when Lynch tried to cheap shot Lita. Lita gains the upper hand, drops Lynch with a twist of fate, and then hits the Lita salt. In a show that was worse than food poisoning, these two did good. That was the segment of the show. And I'm okay with the physicality. Lita is not walking away with the title at Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. So let Lita get some blows in now. I'm okay with that shit. It was the perfect amount as well, by the way. Perfect amount of physicality. So that's it, man. If you were looking for positivity in this show, I just went over it. Came in the form of two individuals in one promo segment back and forth. One of them is called Lita. The other's name is Becky Lynch. There's your positivity. Now let's get back to the fucking reality. Doudrop defeats Liv Morgan next by literally squashing her. Do you guys remember the momentum that Morgan had just a few weeks ago? I had no problem with her losing to Becky Lynch or not getting the title from Becky Lynch. I don't think Morgan should have gotten the title. I don't like hot potato. I like when a champion has it for a while. I just wanted Liv Morgan to get some rub from this feud, get some momentum. She got both. You go back to those Liv Morgan matches with Becky Lynch and it's some of the best work that Morgan has done in her career thus far to date. I was so proud of Liv Morgan. It is everything that I knew was in this girl, this woman. I knew she was that badass. I knew she was that good. And then after that feud, WWE seems like they just don't know what to do. It's the same thing with Roman Reigns. Instead of just facing Roman Reigns and losing, they feed people to Roman Reigns. Meaning, the second you lose to Reigns, you go into a pit of misery, obscurity, irrelevancy. Ask Cesaro. Ask Shinsuke. Ask Big E. And now you look at Becky Lynch, okay, she beats Liv Morgan, she walks away with the title. That doesn't mean that Liv Morgan just flies off into the fucking, onto the side of a milk carton. Or she gets a one-way ticket to the island of irrelevancy. No, man. Keep up the momentum. We're not asking you to move mountains. We're asking you that when you see a wrestler rolling and firing on all cylinders, help them out a little bit. Give them a little fucking nudge with some good booking. They had nothing for Lynch this whole last month, and then they bring her back here to lose, to literally get squashed by Doudrop. Liv was completely crushing the game, and then all of a sudden, expecto petroleum, she's right back in the what the fuck am I doing here bubble. I mean, I don't know how that does not... Same thing with Big E. I don't know how that doesn't make you guys just fucking irate. That they could take such great shit and just tarnish it on purpose. You have to believe that it's internal sabotage. You gotta believe they know what they're doing. They know it's gonna hurt these wrestlers, and they don't give a fuck. It's almost like they don't want them to get too fucking high on themselves. They don't want them to get too much momentum. They don't want them to get too much success because they didn't handpick them to be their pride and joy. It doesn't have to just be Roman and Charlie Flair. Vince, it can be other people, man. Alexa Bliss is back in therapy. Alexa asks us to trust the story and let it play out. She said that on social a week or two ago. Because everybody was complaining that this shit is bad, really bad. So everybody said, so she told everybody, just relax and let the story play out, please. So, okay, BC said, okay, man, I respect Lexi Kaufman, Alexa Bliss. BC is really trying to be patient with all of this. I am. I'm trying to be patient with all of this. I'm just not seeing the vision or the purpose behind it. I haven't from day one. I see less of the vision and less of the purpose after watching it last night for another 2 segments, 20 seconds a pop. Just not seeing it. She did tell a story about whooping someone's ass in a grocery store or beating her over the head with a loaf of bread or a pint of ice cream. Fucking kicking her down aisle 3. Some shit. I don't know. I love this because this reminds me of old school BC and still will be that BC if somebody fucking pisses me off. But I'll go into a supermarket or a Starbucks and if I need to throw somebody out the fucking door, I'll do it. I love this story. She's in a supermarket, somebody looked at her fucking cross-eyed and she whoops some ass in aisle 3. That sounds like a BC story. That's how I live life. Back when Stone Cold and Booker T had that brawl in the supermarket. That was more real for BC than you could imagine. I was loving it. I'm like, shit, that was me last Tuesday. Me and Miss Jenkins throwing down. So I don't know, man. Luckily, there was a little I had a laugh. I giggled over the fucking ass whooping in aisle 3. Way more than the fucking scooter races or the trivias or the spelling bees. And then we get to the fucking main event. Now, here we go. Here's a fucking doozy. Oh, yeah, here we go. Main event. This is how they usually open a show. And it's fucking horrible. They decided to end the show, so you waited around 3 fucking hours to get what we got at the end of this show. That's why it pisses people like BC off. So, main event is Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. Rollins loses via DQ early when Owens attacks Riddle. Okay, now you know where this is going. You look at the clock, there's still about 12, 13 minutes, some shit. There's some time left. And Owens just came out of nowhere just to cause a DQ. Seth Rollins is losing for no fucking reason just because Owens comes out and you know there's going to be a tag team match coming up. Sure enough, here comes Clown Show Randy running down to help his little fucking buddy, his scooter buddy. Forbid if something happens to his scooter buddy because that's how they get to school every morning. So here comes Orton, he hits the ring, we go to commercial. When we come back, we have a tag team match with all 4 dudes. It's exactly what we thought. It's quite sad when we, the fans, we know what's going to happen before it actually happens because it's so formulaic and it's so redundant. In 2022, we used to say this in 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. We knew what was going to happen before it happens. Here we are in 2022 and we're doing the same shit still. So Orton comes down, everyone's like, what's happening? This is crazy, Corey! That's what Jimmy Smith is saying, then we go to commercial. When we come back, Jimmy Smith, the fucking numbnuts, this is what he's saying, and this is a quote. We come back to this impromptu tag match already in session, and Jimmy Smith says, I can't believe what we're witnessing! And he's yelling, man. I mean, you would literally think that there is some massive storyline taking place in the middle of the ring, man. This is the most energy I've ever seen out of Jimmy Smith. I can't believe what we're seeing! Corey, Byron, can you believe this? And I'm like, what? What the fuck am I missing? I see 4 idiots in there. He's like, we have an impromptu tag match. RKBro versus Rollins and Owens. I'm like, oh my god, Jimmy Smith, you did not just fucking do that, bro. You did not just do an April Fool's on motherfuckers. This dude is having an orgasm over RK-Bro and fucking Rollins and Owens. And he's screaming, I can't believe we're witnessing this! What are you witnessing, you fucking jackhammering numbnuts? You fucking out of control bullshit motherfucking piece of trash. Shut up! Jimmy Smith, shut your fucking mouth. What is this guy talking about? You would have thought that Steve Austin and Roman Reigns were in the middle of the ring, Hell in a Cell. We went to commercial, and when we came back, Stone Cold, 2022, last night, Stone Cold is face to face with Roman Reigns inside of Hell in a Cell. You would have thought that shit was happening. You honestly would have thought something massive was fucking happening. I understand Vince was probably telling him, sell it, kid, sell it. Make it exciting. But you can't do that for RKBro, Rollins, and Owens. I can't believe what we're witnessing. But this is WWE in 2022. This is where we're fucking at. This is what we're getting excited about, man. This tag match. This is what we're fucking busting a nut over. We're giggling, we're laughing, we're spending multiple segments on trivia game shows. Game show segments. We're having scooter races. We're having spelling bees. We're having a costume toga party next week. This is all shit that you would literally see at a child's birthday party. You know I'm right. Spelling bees, trivia, scooter races, and costume parties. This is all booked for kids, right? This is booked for 7-year-olds. This is what you would see at a children's party, birthday. And it's not, though. It's a professional wrestling show in prime time. With one of the best wrestlers in the world, Randy Orton. Looking like a fucking tool bag. To say I'm disgusted, to say that that is sad, downright tragic, to say that that is absolutely unacceptable, bro, all of these words would be an understatement. It is repulsive at this point. It actually is nauseating to think that this is what we could be getting in 2022. With what we know nowadays, with what they could be doing nowadays, storyline-wise, with the rosters that they have, we should be and could be getting a whole lot more and better if we just raised our bar and held McMahon accountable. But instead, the sheep that show up to these arenas, they'll keep clapping for spelling bees, scooter races, costume parties, and trivia games. They'll keep chanting, "We want pizza." And they'll be getting bullshit like pizza on a pole matches. You laugh. It's coming. I could totally see Vince McMahon having pizza on a pole or tacos on a pole match. And everybody in the 24/7 scrum, all the 24/7 catering crusaders are all fighting for it. And if you can get the fucking pizza box, in it is a pepperoni pizza and the title. And Pizza Hut is all over the box. This is what he's doing because Stephanie McMahon already said, "We heard you loud and clear, WWE Universe. You want pizza." That's what she said at the conference call. Don't worry, you're gonna get it. We're gonna integrate more. We're gonna integrate more sponsors into our product. You guys did that. Congratulations. We're going to be seeing a costume party next week. You guys did that because you clap at every other bullshit segment. Every goofy, nonsensical, children's segment that involves Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. You guys did that, man. I'm over here trying to help this shit. I'm over here trying to get the ratings to go to the moon. As Cameron Grimes would say. I'm trying to help the ratings. I'm trying to bring wrestling fans back to the product. And you got motherfuckers paying money to show up and destroy it further. And they probably don't even realize they're doing it, most of them. No matter what Vince serves them, they'll sit there with their wooden bowl and wooden spoon. And they'll look up at Vinnie Mac. And they'll say, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" And VKM will be there to serve up that shit stew right into their bowl after bowl, unlimited refills. A BC Amplified. That's your review for Monday Night Raw 2/7/22. I appreciate it. Much love and respect to all you guys. I'm going to stick around for a second to see if there was any supers. If not, we'll be on our way. But I'm going to stick around for a minute or two and shoot the shit with my amp unit super. So, anybody that came here for the review, this is where you see yourself, not through the forbidden door, through the brick wall. Till next time, check you later. Peace. Get out of here! Get the fuck out! That's the review! Waiting for a fucking written invitation? Let me see if I missed anybody, guys. If not, we'll be on our way, man. Oh no, I did miss one. Hold on. RD, man. RD. Much love and respect, dude. BC, I knew Liv Morgan's push was gonna fade when her theme song changed to be so jolly. Just a little detail change like that showed me enough. No doubt. When you start to see those little changes, that's when you know this motherfucker is fucked. You can have so much personal momentum and be rolling on all cylinders and be doing everything imaginable that you can do to improve and be better. And your star power is fucking growing by the day. Everything that you're doing is immaculate. But unless the machine actually gets behind you, it's going to be a lot motherfucking tougher. And I just don't think that Liv Morgan is one of those people that... I don't think that Liv Morgan's one of those people where Vince McMahon is going to put the machine behind her. I just don't see that happening. I'm hoping I'm wrong. She should have been brought back a lot better than that segment with Bobby Lashley and Lana and the whole fucking wedding shit. And Miro, Rusev. I thought that was a botch of all botches, man. And right there, I'm like, it's going to take a long time for Liv Morgan to come back from that shit. I mean, because that's not easy. Vince is going to put you in that role of the island of irrelevancy. Good luck coming back from that shit. And she did. Liv Morgan fucking did, bro. She started having bangers just last month. She started to become the Liv Morgan I always knew she was going to be. I'm like, Vince has got to see this. Vince is going to roll with this. Nah, never fucking happened, though. That's it. BC. And I'm out. Check you guys, man. Coffees and ass whoopings. What's next? Maybe AEW. We got a forbidden fucking door. Somebody's coming through our door. A forbidden door. It's going to be forbidden. Things are going to be... New people are going to come in. We're going to see great wrestling. We're going to yell, Hardy! Hardy! And shit like that. And fucking A, bro. Much love and respect. I'm out. Check you.